guys, and welcome back to Autumn Leigh at Home. I'm Autumn Leigh, and today I'm going to share with you 3 easy, insanely easy kitchen ingredients that you can make right here in your own kitchen. They are super simple and taste fantastic. I've been doing one, but I want to share with you and kind of learn with you as I do 2 more that I'm going to teach as we video today. So I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this video. I enjoy being in the kitchen, so welcome to our channel and thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and get started. All right, so today, the first ingredient that we're gonna make at home is brown sugar. It is insanely easy. You will be so surprised. All it is molasses and regular sugar. Now, this is all just regular sugar. You can use organic as well. And I am gonna use my mixer just to make it a little bit simpler, but you can use a whisk, a fork, whatever you wanna use. But again, it's that simple. Just adding molasses to brown sugar, mixing it up, and then you have brown sugar. So you don't have to worry about going to the store anymore. You have it right here. It's homemade. You know what's in it. There's no extra additives or anything like that. All right, so I moved my camera just so y'all could get a better visual of the bowl and see it better. And that way you can see what it looks like when we mix it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with 4 cups of sugar, and you're gonna put 1 tablespoon of molasses for every cup of sugar you do. So that means I'm gonna put 4. If you want your brown sugar darker, you would put more than that. If you want it lighter, you can put less. So we'll start off with this and see how it looks, and if we need to add more, we can. Can't remember if I put 3 or 4, so we're gonna start this and I can always add more later, but obviously once you add it, you can't take it out. So I'm gonna check to see where we are. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on, and that way you can see. While this is mixing, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my other items out to get ready for our next ingredient. This is the one that I've made in the past, and it makes the cookies or anything that you bake with taste phenomenal. So again, like I said, it saves you money, it's insanely easy, and it even makes everything taste so much better. Plus, this brown sugar, when you have it on the shelf, you know, other brown sugars that you get from the store a lot of times harden and make it you have to kind of chisel it off in order to use it again. This one stays soft so much longer, so it makes it a lot easier to use and shelf stable for a little bit longer. All right, so it's looking a little bit light, so again, I can't remember if I added 3 or 4 tablespoons, but either way, that was how we want to do it. If you can't remember, it's easier to go less because you can always add more later. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 more tablespoon and let that mix in while I get everything else out for our next one. All right, so I think our brown sugar is done. I got everything else set up for our next ingredient, which I will share with you in just a moment. But let's go ahead and turn this off first. And I will show you guys what it looks like to make your own brown sugar. See how pretty that is. I'll get closer. So that's what it looks like to make your own brown sugar. It literally took 2 minutes and that was it. And while it was stirring to finish up, I was able to get out the other stuff for our next batch. So I'm just gonna put this away here in a minute. And that brown sugar, you can store it in mason jars, you can store it in a plastic Tupperware container. I usually use Pyrex, but again, whatever works for you, whatever you would normally store it in is fine. So I'll put that away in just a minute, but I want to share with you the next ingredient that I have that I'm really excited about. We are going to make vanilla extract. So I have my vanilla beans here. You can use vodka, but I want to try it with spiced rum. You could use either one, so vodka or spiced rum. We're gonna do spiced rum just to give it a little extra flavor. So for every 8 ounce, which is about a cup, you put 5 vanilla beans. So we'll go ahead and get started on dicing them or not dicing them, but slicing them. To slice them and get them ready to go in the jars, you have to open up the vanilla bean and just kind of slice about halfway down the bean. And I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. And then all you do is literally put 5 of the beans in each jar after you've cut them open about halfway through, and then pour the spiced rum or vodka over it, and then put them on the shelf for about 6 months. So that's the only kind of catch with this one. It can save you money. The taste, I believe, is so much better, but you have to know about timing. There is a way to do it in an Instapot. However, I don't have an Instapot, so we're gonna do it this way. And you want the spiced rum you want the vanilla to be able to be extracted from the vanilla bean by the spiced rum as well. So you want them to kind of infuse together, and by letting it sit on the shelf for 6 months, it will do that. But I will tell you that now is the perfect time to get started doing it, because this is also a great Christmas present. You can use this as a Christmas present, and by making it now and allowing it to sit on the shelf for about 6 months, once Christmas time rolls around, which is about 6 months from now, you'll be able to get these out as Christmas presents. So this is what my bottle looks like. You can there's many other options on Amazon or online or anything like that if you want to use those instead. This is the one that I happen to buy. We're gonna try it and see if I like it. Again, this one I've never made before. The brown sugar I have. So this time I'm gonna make it, and we're gonna see how it turns out, and I'm really excited about it. So 6 months from now, I'll share with you how it turned out and if it tastes good. So let me go ahead and get started on cutting them, and then we'll go from there. All right, I got everything set up, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on cutting the vanilla beans and getting those ready to go in the bottles. If I can get them out. Oh, wow, these smell fantastic. The ones that you buy in this store are a lot harder and a lot more expensive. So this is a good way to save money. I can tell you that the little bottle that I bought at this store, I was so frustrated, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do this. But the little bottle that I bought in the store, the tiny bottle, cost me $9 a few months ago. And so I decided then that I was like, I am going to try making my own. So I'm just gonna slice it, not all the way, but see how I didn't slice it all the way through? I just sliced it kind of down the middle to release the vanilla bean on the inside and allow it to extract. I may change my knife. Okay, I changed my knife just because I want to make sure that I'm getting it cut a little bit easier, and this is a smaller knife, so this will allow me to cut a little bit easier. So I am having to bear down further than I thought I would to get it cut. That one I kind of accidentally cut through in one spot, but that'll be okay. So I just wanted I'm checking to make sure I'm getting them cut, because some of them are cutting a little harder to cut than others, but I am getting them cut, so we are getting there. almost finished. And I do want to say that you can actually, once you're done using the vanilla bottle, the vanilla extract bottle that you created, you can use these beans again. You just have to dry them out again, put them in a jar until you're ready for the next time that you were to make vanilla extract, and then use them again. I don't know if I would use them more than that one time afterwards. I guess it depends on how strong of a vanilla flavor that you want, but it may require you to use more after that. But these smell, wow, smell fantastic. And see how we kind of were able to get it cut open a little bit. So now let me wash my hands to get the vanilla off. My hands are gonna smell good, but I'll go ahead and wash my hands and get the vanilla off, and then we'll get started in putting them in the bottle. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 in each bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a bunch of bottles here, so I'm just gonna go through and put 5 in each bottle until all of my bottles are full. All right, I got all of my vanilla beans in the bottles, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on filling these up. I did get these bottles off of Amazon, and they came with a really cute little kit where it came with a little funnel so you can pour the spice rum or vodka in using the funnel to make it a lot less messy. And then it also came with these little tags that are good because you can put the name of what you made as well as the date. And that way, you know, 6 months later, you can say, oh, that was the date that I made them, so I think they're ready now. So we'll go ahead and get started on pouring them. We've got our funnel, and we're just gonna pour them until the vanilla beans are covered, which is about a cup. These bottles are 8.5 ounces, and 8 ounces is a cup. And just like that, we are finished making our vanilla extract. It was insanely easy. The hardest part is making sure you have all the pieces, as well as making sure that timing, you know, having that 6 months to be able to let it sit on the shelf to use it. And then now we have beautiful vanilla extract. And just like that, we have our brown sugar made, our vanilla extract made, and we have 5 bottles of this stuff, which is homemade and ready to go in 6 months. So we'll go ahead and get started on the next one. The third ingredient that we're gonna be making today is garlic salt. Our family uses a lot of it, and I thought, why not try to make it? Because I actually have had garlic salt in my vegetable bowl sitting there for a while now, and it can sit out for a while and not go bad. However, I'm ready to go ahead and use it because I don't want it to go bad, and I want to use it before it goes bad. So a way of preserving it and being able to use it is by turning it into garlic salt. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. Though that process, the timing, although it's super simple to make it, the timing is a little bit of an issue. We'll go ahead and get started on prepping it today, and then I'll have to finish it up tomorrow just because it's gonna have to be dehydrated. So we'll get our dehydrator out again shortly, and we'll get started on the garlic salt and prepping it for the dehydrator. And then tomorrow, once it's prepped, I'll show you what you need to do next. But that's 3 simple ingredients that we're making, which is fantastic because they're homemade. If you grow your own garlic, you're welcome to use that because that is even healthier. Same thing with the other ingredients. If you're able to buy organic or use other ingredients that are even healthier, the more money you put into the ingredients, I'm sure the better the taste is. However, you don't have to do that. The taste is still fantastic and even better than what you would buy at the store if you even just use what you have at your house. Being able to make your own things. Now, the vanilla extract, I did have to buy a couple of items because I can't make my own rum here at the house or grow my own vanilla bean plant. However, using the ingredients you have here to try to make your own kitchen ingredients is just something that you can start thinking about. Instead of saying, hey, I need celery salt or garlic salt, do I have any celery here that I can dehydrate and turn into celery salt for myself? That's something that I've started, the mindset that I've started trying to go to. And if I have the time and the ingredients to do it, then why not go ahead and make a quick batch? And then that way you have a healthier version of what you would buy from the store, but you already have it here at the home. And I've been trying to use more of that and make more, but I'm still learning. So garlic salt is gonna be my next one, and we'll go ahead and get started prepping it. Okay, so I got everything put away for the other ingredients. Right there, you see the vanilla extract that we've already created. So there's one done, and then the brown sugar, which is already finished. I have these garlic cloves that have been sitting in my bowl of vegetables for a while now, and I don't want them to go bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn them into garlic salt, which again is an easy homemade ingredient, kitchen ingredient that you can use. So all I have to do first is I need to take these apart and go ahead and get them separated. And then I'm gonna stick them, I got my dehydrator out. We'll go ahead and stick them on the dehydrator and let them work for us overnight and dehydrate and get dry. And then tomorrow, literally all I have to do is chop them up and make them into the finest powder I could possibly make them, and then mix them with salt. And you could do that with a fork. Y'all, all you have to do is take the ground up garlic salt or garlic cloves that have been dehydrated and mix them with salt, and that's it. And then you have your own garlic salt. The hardest part is finding a container to put them in. So we'll go ahead and get started on separating the cloves and getting them on the dehydrator. I'm gonna try a trick because I'm curious if it works, but I'm gonna try a trick that I learned from Homesteading Family. And what they did was put it in a mason jar, put the cloves in a mason jar and shook them to get all of these little papers off, because you don't want any of these little papers right here in your garlic salt. And we want to try to prevent as many of those as possible from not being in there and making it easier. And they suggested using a mason jar and putting them in a mason jar, shaking it, and it causes the papers to separate and make it easier for you to separate the cloves out. So I'm going to try it and see if it works. All of the pieces that you have seen me use today, I can try to link below in the description if you're interested in finding them. I'm sure there's many varieties of bottles that you can use for the vanilla extract, but I'll link the ones that I've used below. And that way you guys, if you're interested in them, can find them. So the dehydrator, same thing. I don't think they make that dehydrator anymore, but I'll definitely look into it and see if I can find it for you guys. But if not, any dehydrator will be fine. It's nothing super special about that one, other than the fact that I'm thankful that it works really well. But the bottles and dehydrator and anything else that I may use in here, I'll definitely try to link for us below. If it's starting to go bad in a couple little places, that's okay. Just make sure you don't use those pieces, because obviously we want to be able to use the ones that are good. Once you dehydrate the garlic, it is shelf stable for a lot longer. So you don't have to worry about it going bad once you've dehydrated it and use it and grind it up and make it powder. You don't have to worry about it as much anymore. All right, let me get a mason jar and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my mason jar and I'm just gonna put these in here, and then all I should have to do, oh, I got molasses on me, give me one moment. If you guys saw the molasses on my arm a lot sooner than I did, I apologize. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put these in here, and I believe all you have to do is shake it up, and it just helps the paper separate from the garlic cloves. You got to give it a really good hard shake though. All right, let's see if it works or if we need to do it any longer. Look at there, it works. It just took the paper right off. That is exciting to know. Now I would definitely still double check that all of it's off, because because there's still some on here, and you could probably shake it longer and it work better for you. But double check that everything's off before you keep going, because you don't want any paper in your garlic salt. But it definitely made it easier to take the paper off that was already on there too, or that any paper that's still on there, it loosened it up a good bit, so it's easy to just kind of slide on off. Okay, so we got our garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and get these put on the dehydrator trays so they can start dehydrating, and I'll keep an eye on them. I believe I'm gonna let them go about 10 hours, but I'm definitely gonna check them throughout the day just to make sure that they're not getting overcooked. I'm only gonna need one tray, so unfortunately that means I'm gonna run the dehydrator for just one tray. But if you have other things you can put in on the dehydrator trays to dehydrate at the same time. And you know what, I may actually chop these up before I put them on, because I think they said it goes faster and smoother if they're smaller. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna chop these up real quick just to give them a quick chop, and then we'll get them on the tray, because they dehydrate faster and easier if they're cut up smaller pieces. And I know this is not the right knife for this. I'm just trying not to dirty another knife, because all I'm gonna do is give them a quick chop. You can actually use the oven to dehydrate these as well. So if you don't have a dehydrator and you want to be able to make your own garlic salt, because say you have garlic, you have salt, you don't want it to go to waste, you can actually use your oven. Just put it on the lowest setting possible. So if it goes to 125, 150, that's great. But if not, it's not a big deal. Just do the lowest setting possible. You would just want to keep an eye on it, because they would dehydrate a lot faster than they would in a dehydrator. So that's one way that you can do it and not have to go out and buy a dehydrator as well. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm just gonna sprinkle it over here onto my tray. The only thing with adding other vegetables onto this, or other fruits or anything like that, is whatever you add is gonna have a very strong garlic scent. So I would be very careful what you try to dehydrate at the same time, because garlic tends to have a very strong scent and taste, especially when you have this much in one spot. So you wanna make sure that whatever you're putting on here, it's okay that it tastes like garlic or smells like it. All right, so we're all set. These are ready to go in the dehydrator, and once these are finished, I'll come back with you tomorrow, and all I have to do is crush these up. I may use my blender. I have a small handheld cutter that I may try. If you have a food processor, that's even better, or even you can use coffee grinders. But if you use a coffee grinder, you need to put rice or wheat berries or something in it to clean it before and right after using it. Otherwise, it can ruin your coffee grinder unless you're solely using the coffee grinder for garlic salt or garlic, which most people don't. So just be careful using your coffee grinder, but or a spice cutter grinder, spice grinder. You can use those as well. But again, it creates a really strong scent, so just be careful, because it could cause other things, your grinder, to smell like other things. I don't have either of those. I'm gonna try using my little blender that I have, or handheld cutter, and see how that goes. But the finer you can make this, the better. And then all you have to do is add the salt. So we'll go ahead and get this put on the tray. Okay, so we got the garlic in the dehydrator. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. That's the way it turns on, is you just plug it in and set the temperature or the setting to 125 Fahrenheit, 125 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna let this go until bedtime, but I'm gonna check it throughout the day just to make sure that it's doing what it needs to do and it's not going to get over dry, but you want all the moisture out. I just want to take this time to say thank you so much for joining me. And we were able to make 3 insanely easy kitchen ingredients from scratch here at your own home. And they're gonna taste fantastic, save you money, but on top of that, it was just fun. I enjoyed getting to do it. The brown sugar I was able to make in the past, but the vanilla extract is new. This was something that I made and learned with you guys, as well as the garlic salt, in which I will show you that video footage after this so that you can see how I finished making it. But it was literally just grinding it up. All I did was grind it up into the finest powder I could make it, and then add salt to it and mix it together. It's that simple. Same thing with the molasses and the sugar. Thank you for joining me today as we made this brown sugar, garlic salt, and vanilla extract. I hope this was helpful. I hope you found it helpful and that you're able to use this moving forward. If there's other things that you would like to learn how to make, you can give me ideas and we'll learn together. Go ahead and comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share down below. I would really appreciate it, and I've enjoyed making this and spending this time in the kitchen with you. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, I will see you guys later.